Hey, good morning, guys. This is Coach Bill with Weight Loss Made Easy. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. This is a great day for me. This is my non-fasting day, so I get to add some calories from yesterday. This topic today, guys, is we're gonna. You guys not like to know that every once in a while I'll get on here and I'll do a blood glucose level test to show you where my glucose is because that's how we monitor fat burning. And we do a blood glucose level, and we also do a blood ketone levels, and that keeps us on track when we're looking to stay in fat burning for most of the day. And so I've done a couple of videos in the past where I've done some long fastings, worked out, checked my blood glucose before I left for the gym, did it after the gym. And you're going to go back to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, subscribe to it, check out those videos. You can also go join my Fat Loss Made Easy group page, see the videos there also. That gives you the results. Because what we've done here is we're debunking a lot of the misunderstanding or misinformation that a lot of the health professionals and even doctors are telling people about intermittent fasting, alternate day fasting. What they're doing is they're telling them that it actually is dangerous because it could possibly cause the blood sugar to drop too low. In a sense, that is true. But if you're doing it the way you're supposed to do it and the way the body is designed to burn fat, and you go step by step, and that's why we always suggest to go with a coach the first 60 to 90 days to keep you focused. You just cannot, if you've been consuming high carb meals for years, and you've been reading a lot of stuff on the internet about people that are starting to see some amazing results, and there's high fat, low carb diets and intermittent fasting is taken off in this country like crazy because a lot of doctors are using it to reverse type 2 diabetes and obesity. So it works. The problem is that you just cannot jump into it. You just cannot say one day, hey, okay, it works. I'm going to go right into an intermittent fasting. I'm going to go right into a 24-hour fasting. No, because your blood sugar will drop. Your body has no idea. It's freaking out. It has no idea what it's doing when you've used up all your glucose that you've been burning off, that you've been using to as a source of energy all these years, and all of a sudden there's nothing left. It ain't gonna work. Okay. So, but the idea of this video is to show the skeptics out there, or to debunk the misinformation that when you do follow the steps and you have switched your body over to burning fat as its primary fuel, then you're putting yourself in certain environments. And so what I've done, and I'm going to do a video on this. It's going to be about ketosis and fat adaptation and ketone adapted. They're not all the same. They're all three separate, and I'm going to explain what I mean by that. But anyway, so what I did today was, you guys know that on Tuesdays, Thursdays, my 23-hour fast. So last Tuesday I did a video about me doing a 36-hour fast. But then I woke up that morning and decided I wasn't hungry, so I went ahead and did a 42. Well, basically, I did exactly the same thing yesterday. So Tuesday was my 23-hour fast, where I do I break my fast with bone broths at 23 hours, and then an hour later, I consume a high-fat, low-carb meal. The reason why you guys that follow me know, the reason why I do break my fast with something simple and easy and lean is to prime my gut to get ready for that meal. Because you've been on a 23-hour fast, you haven't eaten. If you're doing a true fasting, you haven't eaten any calories, just water, sea salt, apple cider vinegar, and black coffee or green tea. And so I'm going to explain to you guys misinformation, and I'm going to do it by doing a real live blood test. So Emily and I both have been doing this for a long time. Understand that. Okay, we are both of us are in ketosis most of the day and most of the night while we're sleeping. We're in fat adaptation most of the day and most of the night while we're sleeping. And we are ketone adapted also all the time. Okay, so we've been doing this a while. So our body is primarily running off of our fat that we eat and what stored body fat we have. It's running off of that as its primary fuel source. Now, because we are fat adapted and ketone adapted, we are doing something known as dual burning. And I'll explain that in this video a little bit in the middle of it. All that simply means is that if we were to eat higher carbs than normal, like breads or pastas or pizza or something like that, most of you, if you were to do that and check your glucose or your ketones, it would knock you right out of fat burning right away. Because we are adapted, fat adapted and ketone adapted, we can burn the carbohydrates or the glucose or sugar, if you want to call it, along with burning our own stored body fat at the same time when we're not eating. So when the body converts that carbs into sugar and maybe and dumps it in the blood, we are burning both. We are also taking some fat from our fat stores and converting those also and burning those. That's called dual burning, and that's where we're at, and that's where you want to be at eventually. So what I mean by dual burning is that I can actually be in ketosis or I can be in fat burning, not even eating carbs, if I was in endurance training, or if I was training as an endurance athlete. All that means is that they blow through their sugar or their glucose so fast because of their training that their body will actually revert to whatever stored fat they have and pop that up also. Okay, so this morning or last night, guys, I took my blood sugar at the 24-hour mark just before I went to Bible study. Okay, so at the 24-hour mark, and I also exercised during that time. I did my interval strength training, which is partially like a powerlifting training. And then we also did cardio right after that. So I had not eaten any calories for a good, I would say, 20 hours when I exercised. Okay, 0 calories. Did my blood sugar drop to a point where I couldn't exercise? No. Did I feel like I was going to pass out because my blood sugar was low? No. Did I have plenty of energy to blow through my exercising? Yes. Was I able to go through all my sets and reps, even my heavy ones? Absolutely. And then we did 20 minutes of interval cardio on top of that. What happened after I did both of these? Was I exhausted? No. Was I totally recovered when I walked out of the gym? Absolutely. And why is that? Well, you guys know the answer if you follow me, because we're fat adapted. We got plenty of fuel, even though we don't have any sugar left in our blood to burn, or we have some stored glycogen maybe in the muscle, but we got plenty of body fat still we can draw from. There's plenty of energy in those fat cells, guys. So there's plenty of calories. So don't think you're going to you're not going to get enough calories because you got calories in those fat cells. Okay. So what I did at my 24-hour mark, and normally on my on my fasting days, my readings will be around 62 to 69, around there. And so when I did my blood glucose reading at 6 p.m., my glucose level was at 69, which is a safe mark. Well, wait a minute now. How can that be? I haven't eaten anything for 24 straight hours. So obviously I've depleted all the sugar in my liver. There's no more left. Well, how is the body getting the energy to operate? How's that happening? That's a question you got to ask yourself. Where's that glucose, that 69 number, which is my glucose level, where's it coming from? Okay? Well, then what I did was I wasn't going to eat anything. I was going to break my fast the next morning at the 36-hour mark. Okay? So what I did was I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and do a blood glucose level reading at 6 a.m. the following morning, which gives me the 36-hour window of not eating any calories, period. And a person would think, well, you know, if your blood glucose level was at 69 at 24 hours, then obviously your glucose level is going to be lower at 36, right? Okay, that seems logical. Okay, let's see what happened. So I woke up at 5 a.m. and I got up right away and I went in and I took my blood glucose level and it was at 84. Bam. What the heck happened? That would freak most of the people out there that is trying to lose body fat, and they know they've been told by their coach or their doctor, whoever they're getting their program from, that you have to be within a GKI range, which is a glucose ketone index range, in order to be in fat burning or ketosis or just burning fat. And they're looking at around 74, 76 as a good number to stay in. And the ketone levels probably around 1.8 and 1.9. Well, because Emily and I are ketone adapted, even at as low as 62 in our glucose level, if your glucose levels are dropping that low, a normal person who is just starting out, their ketones would be sky high, 2.5, 1.9, so forth. Not ours, because we're ketone adapted. And all that means is that we're utilizing most all the ketones that our liver is producing at the cellular level. That's all it means. So we're now adapted. We're ketone adapted. And that's exactly what the body wants. That's where you want to get. It takes time, though. It doesn't happen overnight. It could take 3, 4, 5, 6 months to get to that point. But that's okay, because this is not a race. You're just trying to get your body acclimated. But it just blows. I mean, if a skeptic looks at that and you did a 36-hour fast, he's going to say there's no way. That's a lie. Well, if you guys go to this YouTube channel and you hit the description section and the more, I'll put the science there. You can see for yourself. Okay? So at 6 a.m., my glucose was at 84. Which is a great healthy level. But there's a reason for that. How did that happen? And I'm going to explain that to you. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and tell you that at 6 o'clock, when I was going to break my fast, I was going to break my fast with our homemade kefir and some veggie protein powder and a couple tablespoons of chia seeds and 1 tablespoon of MCT oil. I decided that, I'm not even hungry. Let's go another 42 hours. So I went at 42 hours last Tuesday with no issues. And I just decided, what the heck, let's go ahead and do it again. So I went ahead and we went and worked out. We just got back from the gym. We did our normal interval strength training, which is, I've incorporated some powerlifting moves into it. So we're training really hard for old folks. But I didn't do cardio today because I only like to do cardio maybe 2 to 3 times a week. That's it. Okay. So right now, what time is it? I'm about 42 hours in my fasting. Okay. I'm about ready to break my fast. Now I've got my bone broth right here. So this is my bone broth, and you guys have seen my past videos on why I would rather have bone broth than even lean meat or my veggie protein powder. So you can go back and check those videos. You can go to my Fat Loss Made Easy Facebook group page and see that video there. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go ahead and check my blood glucose sugar levels live. So let's go ahead. I got it pretty well set up and ready to go. Okay, remember we're at 42 hours, guys, of a true fasting. 42 hours. I haven't had any calories at all. Just our hydrogen-rich water, pink sea salt, my apple cider vinegar, and my black coffee that I like to drink. So I'm gonna go ahead and prick my finger here. I'm gonna draw some blood. Let's get some blood going here. Okay, so I'm gonna get some blood going here. Got the blood going. Here's my meter right here. So let's go ahead and draw the blood. And let's see what it comes out to be. Oh my gosh, 79. I want you guys to look at that closely. Remember, at 6 o'clock on Tuesday p.m., I was at 69. This morning at 5:30, I was at 89. And today and now, after 42 hours, I'm at 79. And I'm sure some of you guys that don't understand what's going on is freaking out, going, oh, you just got yourself, you're out of ketosis. Now, I would like to break a little bit of my fast, so I'm going to have a drink of my bone broth. So you're freaking out saying, Bill, you're not in fat burning. No, that's not true. I'm going to explain why right now. So, ask you skeptics out there, ask yourself this question. How can that be? How can Bill, after 42 straight hours of no calories, be in a good, healthy zone as for blood sugar, 79? Where is that glucose coming from? Where's that sugar coming from? Well, I'm going to give you the answer here now, guys. Your body has an internal safety mechanism designed to protect you on if you haven't eaten any calories for a certain amount of time. Just like our ancestors. The ancestors had the exact same internal mechanism to protect them when they were going out to hunt. Because you guys know our ancestors didn't eat every day because they had to go out and look for food. Sometimes they could go 2 or 3 days with zero food. When they came upon their prey, they had to chase it down. Well, where did that energy come from if they did not eat anything for 2 or 3 days, or 72 hours, or for my sake, 42 hours? The mechanism that your body has is called gluconeogenesis. So what I did is I'm going to read the Google, you can Google this, I'm going to read the definition, what Google is, and I want you to pay attention to what it says. So gluconeogenesis is a metabolic pathway that results in the generation of glucose from certain non-carbohydrates. Now, you guys know that carbs, starchy carbs, and even vegetable carbs, when you convert those, they are converted into glucose or sugar. You know that. Here it just said that the generation of glucose from certain non-carbohydrates. From breakdowns of protein, gluconeogenesis is one of the several main mechanisms used by humans and many other animals to maintain blood glucose levels, avoiding low levels or hyperglycemia. See, that is the safety mechanism that's already designed in our body to keep us from going into a dangerous low blood sugar. We already have that there. The problem is most of you have been so high carb for so many years, you can't activate that right off the bat. It ain't going to work. Your body has to go into it slowly, has to learn how to burn fat slowly. The problem is people that when people go to the gym, I've seen it all the time. The trainers work them too hard at first. They haven't been in the gym in years. The first thing that does a trainer take them through a workout and train them too hard and too fast and do too much at one time. And whatever glucose they have in their blood, they burn it up halfway through the program. And what happens? They turn pale white and pass out. The body doesn't know how to switch over to your own stored fat where all those calories are sitting. It doesn't know how to do it yet. Okay? So, how does this relate to where did the glucose come from our body or from me? Where did that 79, where did that number come from? Where did all that glucose come from? Two places, guys. First of all, your body's not stupid. Your brain needs a certain amount of glucose, and there's certain organs that need it also. So the body is going to take some from on the days of your non-fasting days when you are eating some higher carbs. Your body's going to take some of those carbs and store it away in the muscle known as glycogen. The reason for that is because when the body gets low on glucose, your brain and certain organs need a certain amount of glucose to survive or to operate throughout the day. That bank account in that muscle glycogen is going to stay at a certain level. Okay? But what if you're doing a long fast, Bill? Does the body absorb some of that glycogen out of the muscle and use it as glucose? Yes, it does, as long as it doesn't get down to a certain level. So what happens when it does get down to a certain level and the body says, okay, guys, we cannot draw any more glycogen or sugar for energy out of the muscle because we need it to operate the brain. So what does the body do? It goes looking for dead protein or bad protein or dead cells. And the big one, it will actually, now here's what it says here. This is the last part of this definition. Before it goes after muscle, so we've just blown the myth that intermittent fasting or a long fast is going to eat muscle. That's not true. That's a lie. Because here it is here. Okay, it's right here. It says here, before it goes after muscle for energy, it will go after fat in your cells. Or fat in your fat cells and excess proteins floating around and convert those into glucose as needed. I'm sure most of you guys have plenty of fat cells sitting around your body somewhere where the body can go after and draw the calories out before it even starts eating up your muscle. I don't think there's an issue with that with you guys, right? So what happened with me? Well, ask yourself this question again. After 42 hours, I'm fat adapted. I'm ketone adapted. We are primarily in fat burning 24 hours a day. The only time I go out of fat burning if I have a piece of cake or candy or cookie or dessert or I eat too much bread or something, that will knock me out. But I will go right back in 4 to 5 hours. But I went 42 hours. No calories. Where'd it come from? Ask you that question. You skeptics out there, where do you think it came from? I just told you your body has a safety mechanism that is designed to protect you from not getting too low. But guess what? Because we're fat adapted and we're ketone adapted, whatever the body fat I do have, my body jumped into my fat cells, drew the calories out of there, drew the fats out of there, dumped it in my liver, and converted it into sugar or glucose, if that's what you want to call it. And then dumped it in my blood so I could use it as energy as I was training. So as I'm doing a longer fast and I'm exercising in a fasted state, because we are fat adapted and ketone adapted, the body's taking the fat that I do have, and that's why I'm starting to see a little more wrinkles around my waist because I'm losing more body fat around my waist because I'm doing a little more extended fastings now because I can without jeopardizing my health or without losing muscle. I'm still gaining strength. So the body is working exactly how our ancestors' bodies worked, efficiently. And science has been telling us for decades that when you're burning fat, that's called clean energy. When you're burning strictly carbs, that's called dirty energy. A lot of free radicals in there causing your body to be acidic. When you're burning fat, that's clean energy. And it's also known as rocket fuel. That's why people who are doing longer fasts feel the energy surge, like we do when we're exercising. We have no issues. Okay? So guys, like I said, you can go to my YouTube channel, type in Bill Mabry, and you can check out the video again. And I'm also going to have in the description section where you can click on the more, I'll have it actually more specific on what I did. You can go to my group page, join Fat Loss Made Easy, and this video will be there also. But anyway, I hope this helped some of you who just didn't understand how we are able to go such a long fast and still train. And now you know. Now, remember this. Like I said, this information will be in the description section so you can read it 2 or 3 times. If you could remember this, you have put yourself above most trainers and most nutritionists and most doctors in your area because they don't know this. They don't have the time to research it. Besides, they haven't done it themselves, and they don't do the research that my wife and I do, and they don't do it on themselves. I mean, you guys know I love doing my own research on ourselves. I do change things up all the time, right? So guys, like I said, I hope you enjoyed this. I'll be doing a video probably on Friday on fat adaptation, ketosis, and fat adapted or ketone adapted, and how that all works. So stay tuned for that one. You guys have a great day, and I'm going to go ahead and finish my bone broth, and I'll wait about a half hour, and I'm going to probably have a fat veggie protein smoothie today, which I really like with my avocado in it. And then tonight is going to be, I bought some grass-fed or pasture-raised grass-fed meats from Butcher Box, and I'll probably have their hamburger tonight. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you guys Friday.